Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing fine. So, yes, back to the world of economics, chapter number 2. Today's topic is factors of production. Now, students, we all know the meaning of the term production. पर फिर भी चलो एक बार रिवाइज कर लेते हैं. The activity of conversion of raw material and resources into final goods which satisfy human wants is called production. Yes, when a raw material and the other resources are converted which satisfy the human wants, which increases its utility, is called production. By converting the nature of resources, their utility increases. Hence, production can also be called a process which increases the utility of resources. Now, I'll explain you this with the help of example. For example, a cotton is converted into a cotton cloth. So, obviously, the demand will increase. The reason is the satisfaction of the customers also will increase. The reason is the satisfaction of customers increase. Now, over here, the utility of cotton increases and this process of conversion is called production. Now, the agents which help in such a process of conversion or production are called factors of production. Yes, our topic, factors of production. The agents which aid, which help us in such process of conversion are called factors of production. There are 4 factors of production. They are land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. All these factors are equally important in the process of production. Yes, production won't be possible if any of one factor is missing. In a system of just a distribution of income, the total income generated from various activities is distributed to each factor of production as per their productivity or their contribution in generating that income. Now, to be very simple, the total income generated from various activities, it means whatever activities are done by these different factors of production is distributed among them in terms of their contribution or as per their productivity. According to Alfred Marshall, there are 2 basic categories of factors of production. First is nature, the second is human beings. We first start with land. Now, in general understanding, land means the surface of earth, livable for mankind. However, in economics, the concept of land is more inclusive. हाँ, हर जगह economics के हिसाब से definition थोड़ी change हो जाती है. According to Marshall, all natural assets which help in production or economic activities constitute land. Yes, all natural assets are part of land which help in production or any economic activity. That is, climate of a particular part of earth, water resources, fertility, mineral resources, all of these constitute land. Yes, all these are examples of land in terms of economics as a factor of production. So, on the basis of it, there are some characteristics of land. The very first one is land is a gift of nature and is not man-made. सही बात है ना, पानी तो हम बनाते नहीं है ना, तो it is not man-made, it is gift of nature. The total supply of land is fixed. हाँ, हम इसको खींच कर बड़ा नहीं कर सकते ना छोटा कर सकते हैं, तो इसीलिए बोला गया है कि the supply of land is fixed. Land is immobile, खींच के भी कहीं नहीं लेके जा सकते. Next is all types of land are different in fertility, climatic conditions and so on. Yes, different types of soils have different types of fertility. The last one is the remuneration of land as a factor of production is called rent. Yes, over here the remuneration that a land gets as a factor of production is called rent. I hope I am clear with it. Now the next is labor, physical or intellectual work by humans in order to earn returns, which is done under the supervision by some authority is called labor. Physical or intellectual work means for example, जहाँ पे कोई अगर घर बन रहा होता है तो वहां पे जो ईंट और पत्थर उठा रहे होते हैं लोग, physical labor. Intellectual labor means sitting in office and doing a computer work, say for example, intellectual work. Obviously, over here, the returns are important, which is done under the supervision by some authority. Yes, when you are working under someone, then it is called labor. The next is the characteristics of labor. Labor cannot be separated from the laborer. Yes, the work of a person can't be separated from him. Labor cannot be stored. In a way, labor is perishable. हाँ, हम उस इंसान का काम स्टोर करके नहीं रख सकते हैं. The third one is the mobility of labor is influenced by social and economic reasons. Yes, over here, if a person is getting transferred to some other place, then obviously the person will think about his family, his friends, etc. So we can say that the mobility of the labor is influenced by social and economic reasons. वो इंसान दूसरी जगह जाने से पहले सोचेगा, इवन अबाउट द इकोनॉमिक रीजंस, कि वहां पे वो जाके उससे ज्यादा कमा पाएगा जितना वो यहाँ कमा पा रहा है, एल्स ऑब्वियसली वो वहां पर नहीं जाएगा. द फोर्थ वन इज द एफिशिएंसी ऑफ एवरी लेबरर इज डिफरेंट, which means the capacity of every laborer to perform labor is different, because some laborers are semi-skilled, some are unskilled, some are skilled. So obviously their efficiency differs. The supply of labor depends upon population. Yes, more the population, more will be the supply. The last and the sixth one is the remuneration of labor is called wages. Yes, we all know they are paid wages. Next, we move on to the third factor, that is capital. Now, in modern times, capital is considered to be a highly important factor of production. All man-made goods which help in production constitute capital. Yes, capital over here doesn't means only money. Over here, capital includes, say for example, machinery that is used in factories. I hope I am clear with it. It is different from land and labor as it is a produced factor of production. In other words, it is a man-made factor of production. Yes, as I give you the example of machinery, it is made by human beings. It is made by men. So it is called a man-made factor of production. Now another example is a tractor is produced, a factor of production which further helps in the production of agricultural goods. Now we move on to the characteristics of capital. Capital is a man-made factor of production. I guess you have understood it. It is most mobile of all the factors of production. Yes, as the tractors, the machineries, the money are not influenced by social factors, so we can say that capital is the most mobile of all the factors of production. The increasing demand for capital in present times, owing to increasing capital intensive methods of production, has resulted in increasing scarcity of this factor. Yes, as the demand of capital is increasing and the supply is not increasing at that pace, obviously it will result into scarcity. The next and last characteristic is the remuneration of capital is called interest. Yes, we all know it. Next, we move on to the last factor of production, that is entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is the factor which brings together, that is coordinates all factors of production for the production process for an economic activity. Yes, entrepreneur is a person which takes care, which sees that all the factors coordinate with each other so that the production, so that the economic activity can be undertaken. There is difference between management and coordination. Management of a work is done by a manager who is a salaried laborer of the entrepreneur. Yes, management work is done by a manager. Over here, a manager gets salary. Manager works under entrepreneur. Manager is a laborer. Entrepreneur is a person who sets up the enterprise. He is the one who is doing the work of setting up. Now, entrepreneur is the risk taker who takes the risk of setting up an activity. Yes, as it is started by the entrepreneur, so obviously the entrepreneur takes the highest risk. This factor does not get fixed return but tries to generate income by running the economic activity successfully. He or she may incur a loss if the activity does not function well. Yes, over here, as it is said that entrepreneur takes the highest risk, it means the entrepreneur may earn profit or even incur loss. Now we move on to the characteristics. This factor is the decision maker of the activity. Yes, for example, when the production is to be done, how much the production is to be done, all is decided by the entrepreneur. The next is, this factor is known as risk-taking factor. Yes, I've already explained you that over here the maximum risk taker is entrepreneur. The third one is entrepreneur should possess the quality of coordinator. Yes, as entrepreneur brings all the different factors of production together. The next and the last one is the remuneration of this factor is called profit. Students, I'm done with our today's topic. We will continue with the same chapter in our next video also. Till that time, take care of yourself. Thank you.